Ngā mihi kia koutou katoa, and welcome to our first series of Open Up Bro. Awesome. It's exciting, and we're looking forward to this evening, but this journey that we're going to be taking you on. And so, man up, open up, bro. This is going to be about talking about real issues with men, things that we face, and challenges that we obviously need to work through and overcome. We're going to do that together. We're going to do that together with a panel, and over weeks we'll be changing our topics, having other guests on the panel to help us through those challenges that we face. And so you're going to have the opportunity, because this is Facebook Live, to actually interact with us. We like those hearts, those hearts you push and they float across the screen. We certainly like those, don't we? But at the same time, if you have questions or queries about Man Up or our discussions, post them up, and we've got a team here with us live here tonight that will actually bring us the questions, and we can actually ask or answer those questions for you. And just so you know, we have an 0800 number. You'll see that number down the bottom of your screen. 0800 1 Man Up. Someone's on the phone right now, ready to take your call. But without further ado, we're going to get on with our program tonight. I have an exciting panel with me here. Sonny here and Brother Kaiwi. So welcome, kia ora, and just introduce yourselves. That'd be fantastic.
Cool. Kia ora koutou. Sonny Wilcox. Married to Vanessa, 3 awesome children, Keilani, Mai and Vinaya. Been a part of Man Up for a couple of years now, and definitely a product of some of the amazing things happening in Man Up. And so just looking forward to sharing a few stories, talking about a few issues, and just exploring where we're going to get to tonight. So it's great to be here. Kia ora whanau.
Is it true you're nearly 40 years old?
Wow. Some say that, but we'll never know. You never know.
Well, he's nearly 40 and I'm later parts of the 20s. Anyways, kia ora, my name's Kaiui. I'm married to an amazing wife, Nikita, to Kinga, so to my wife, Blesha. And I've got 3 amazing kids. I guess, Man Up to me, I've seen it from the infancy to where it's at now. The amazing transformations, changes, breakthroughs, and even some of the challenges that some of our men go through. We've been able to journey with them, and in return, it's helped us. So I've been blessed, and we're looking forward to the show tonight,
Awesome. Oh, that's fantastic. And I guess, the thing is tonight is it is real stories, there's real issues, and it's going to be real talk. And that's the theme for Open Up, Bro. And those viewers that are watching, we're going to be hitting the hard issues. We're going to be going down into the depths of where things need to be discussed, because that's what it's about, isn't it?
It is, yep.
So, what we're going to do now is we're going to cue our introduction AV, and then we're going to get the show on the road.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Cool. Check this out.
Coming to Man Up, I've learned how to be a father, and learned how to be a family man. I've learned how to take responsibility, to own up for what I do.
Man Up's done a lot for me. I'm happily married. I never hurt my wife again. The relationship I've had with my wife, now it's beautiful.
I'm now drug and alcohol free, and out of the 6 children, I have 3 children that's come back.
I'm violent free. I'm happily married.
Everything is gone for me. I'm totally a new man, and I really love Man Up. It's changing me.
I'm a lot happier with my life. I actually love myself so that I can love others, especially my family.
Clean off crime, start a new life, coming to church, praying, slaying. That's my life now, is just help out our community.
Man Up to Tangata. There's actually a brotherhood here for you. If you're struggling out there, we're here to help you.
Well, welcome back, and if you've just joined us online on Open Up Bro, welcome. It's good to have you on board tonight. So we're going to get on with our discussion tonight. We've got a real, I'd say, a hard-hitting subject to talk about tonight, and it really is. We have that saying, it's not harden up, bro. It's open up, bro, and that's sort of the theme of our series here. And we're going to address that matter around harden up, and we're all Kiwi males. We're part of that Kiwi culture, and often it's it is not talking about the hard things or the issues of life, and in some ways, we tend to ignore it. We tend to find excuses not to address matters of our heart and issues and things that are going on in our life with a real sort of hardened up sort of culture. When we talk about manning up on a positive side of things, and especially with the work that you guys do in Man Up, what does manning up actually mean?
Well, I can answer that. Well, manning up, with some of the men that we work with, manning up can be simply learning the word responsibility. You know, for something that's very foreign, you know, but the word responsibility, seeing men, you know, being incarcerated for so many years and come out and have to face reality of, man, I have to provide. I have to now be a man. I have to now work, you know, and seeing men just get their jobs for the first time and sustain it is a massive achievement. And just the fact that they can talk, open up, you know, it's a good environment where men come to realise that, man, I've got to take responsibility, not only for myself, but for those around me.
Yeah, that's right. Sonny, so, you know, we're talking about manning up. I mean, it can be, you know, I guess some of our partners or wives have told us, you know, hey, you need to man up. Maybe let's do the lawns or fold the washing or be involved in the domestic aspects of life, raising the children. But, you know, with manning up, I mean, I'm coming to a man up group, say your group, and, you know, look, I've never had the opportunity to share anything. You know, how does this all happen in man up?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's important for us in man up to make sure that the environment is set where the brothers that come, the men that come along, will know that whatever they share is actually going to be treated with respect. Beautiful. And so there's a level of confidentiality, and we do tell our men, you know, what's said in man up stays in man up. And the reason we do that is because we want them to be open and to share, because I know that it's the opening up that is actually the key to unlocking a lot of those things that can hold us down as men. And so it's really vital to have that environment in your man up where it's safe for every man to share whatever they want to share without fear of judgment, but knowing that there's aroha there and there's that support for whatever they share.
Well, what examples, Kai, have you got? You know, you have experience with working with men, and what example could you give us that talks about, you know, a man that you've seen, you know, come in, as I'd say, you know, hurting or broken, and what sort of transformation, what does it look like?
I guess the beauty with the environment, say it's men from all sorts of society that can come in, and I guess for them it's seeing other men talk about some traumatic stuff, and for them it's like, wow, you don't talk about that, but it's an environment that's trusted and men open up. So me coming in, that's brand new, and I've seen it. One particular man in particular, he came in, he left, but we got one of our brothers to go after him. He come back about a month later and he goes, "There's no catch to this, eh?" And I'm like, "Why? What do you mean by that?" But for me, it validated why we do man up, because for this man, he knew you actually do care about men. You do love men. You came into my world. I didn't want this, but you came into my world.
So that whole aspect there of love, you know, a man loving a man, and it's not, as you say, it's not perverted. It's actually a genuine love. I mean, Sonny, you experienced that too, you know, with, you know, just coming into and accepting the man, and he feels that aroha and that love, and, you know.
Oh man, I've got to say, it's something that is so amazing when you see it happening right in front of your eyes. When you're seeing a man, for example, a man that we're working with at the moment has come out of 7 years inside, been locked up, being locked up for rape, and he was so moved by the honesty and the transparency in the room that he was able to share that, man, he's carried this all his life. He never did it. This is what he said to me. He's never done it, and I can see the genuineness. But he feels that this is the first opportunity that he's had to share it and actually just, it's almost like get that monkey off his shoulders, you know. And such a, you know, the transformation that I've seen in his life over the weeks following that is amazing. But you know, that's what's happening every week in all our man-ups. It's amazing.
I just want to add another question, and I think maybe our audience and definitely us, you know, we could all relate to this sort of question, or and get some sort of understanding about this. But you know, you think about, you know, growing up, and in the environments that we grew up in our families, in our homes, with our uncles, with our fathers, if we had fathers, and that type of culture, where, particularly when we were young, and you know, really reaching out for guidance and, you know, advice. You know, you go through all sorts of changes when you're growing up, you know, puberty, and you know, you often want somebody there to guide you. We often call them dad or a father, but what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing is that there's been a massive gap. A massive gap in fathering. Maybe, you know, with these, they're grown men now, but in their childhood, you know, maybe there was a culture of just harden up, bro. You know, or maybe there was just a culture of being ignored when they're really just genuinely reaching out for help. You know, and have you seen men coming through now that are sort of struggling with their identity and that validation you're talking about?
Yeah. The question was posed at one of our sessions: what is manning up? And for this guy, you know, for him, he never had a I guess a role model or a father that actually said to him, "I love you," or that affirmed him, or that just not only provided financially and food on the table, was actually the emotional side, whereby he wanted to talk to his dad about those secret things, all just stuff around puberty. But for him, his manning up was he wants to make sure that from him to his son, that his son has that space. Because for him, he never had that, and it's common in amongst all our sessions. We're hearing men that never had that, I love you, Dad, or I love you, my son, you can do this. It's amazing. It's real authentic for man up, eh? And that's why this show's quite beautiful.
So man up, what we're saying, guys, is that although we have traumatic upbringings and there's a lot of dysfunction in the childhood, man up is like an interruption.
Yep.
So we're finding that we're able to reinstall, reconcile, renew a man's life because it's being passed on generationally. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, Sonny, would you like to add to that as well?
Oh, look, all I can do is endorse what Kai was saying, because my same experience with the man up that I'm involved in at the moment is just men finding that they can actually have a new start. They can have a new start, and for some of our men have carried so many burdens for so many years that, you know, one example the other night, we're talking about identity, and I said to the men, okay, imagine yourself, you're a child, and you have a father that's looking after you. What would you like that father to look like and be like? And they said to me, oh, he's probably a druggie, he's probably going to abuse me. And this was funny because I said to them, no, I want you to put up what you want in an ideal picture. But a room of 15 men, they really struggle to put out things like, you know, I want them to be trustworthy, I want them to be empathetic, I want them, you know. And so what that showed me was that a lot of our men are so, we're so, the perception, the stigmas we have of fathering has been really warped, and it's such a timely thing to have man up to say, hey, these are the examples that we can give you, what men who are making some positive changes, taking responsibility. So we're building and helping men to find their identity and a new start.
Fantastic, Sonny. Look, I just want to put it back to our audience tonight. If you have any questions, or you just want to add some encouragement as a post, do it right now. And our team will pick it up and bring it to us. And in another segment, we'll actually talk and answer that question, and we'll discuss it with you and with our panel here tonight. That's to me that's what's really important, isn't it? We really want to stop some of this dysfunction of addiction, of domestic violence, and these things that really are destroying our families.
Yes.
And I guess, you know, Kaiu, you mentioned about men being victims, now perpetrators, but now on the exciting side of things is the opportunity to be an overcomer. To overcome, and I've witnessed, you know, guys that have come out of prison now, you know, loving their partners, getting married. You know, it's almost like a fairy tale. Like a fairy tale, but you know, no fairy tale. It's real, isn't it? This is real stuff that we're talking about here. That's fantastic. And so, you know, want to continue with that. And so we're talking about fathering again. You know, fathering. We're all fathers, and I guess there's fathers out there that are listening too. And it's just never too late, is it?
Nah,
it's never too late to have that fresh new start that you're talking about, Sonny.
Because the New Zealand culture is when you do ask for help, you're soft. Like we're talking about, harden up our boy. But I guess, like you said, man up is that disruption that's allowing men now to, I guess the stigma is no longer hardening up, it's opening up, but it's okay to talk in a trusted environment like man up. So we can change that culture.
And that's it. And I think just to zone on that word, it's a culture that has been developed big time in man up. And I think that's the positive, you know, that we want to say to the people that are watching, man up is everywhere, and you can get involved in it. And this is the culture that we're building. All
right. So guys, look, we're gonna tune into a video right now that's really gonna just describe and show our audience what exactly we've been talking about. So I just want to introduce you to Sim Ali. Check this out.
Awesome.
I carry a lot of problems in my life because I was coming from parents that are divorced early when I was young age, and start from there. From the beginning was build up all the anger, stress, depression, everything. When I come here to New Zealand, I can play here with playgrounds getting big, and I can work around my way here. We start against because it's a little bit raised back in the days when, you know, they start mocking us because we come from the island with the way we speak, and that's when the things start form up and bring me from the past, because I came from a small island and I do those trafficking and stealing trucks. Here people, we involve a lot of things. We organize fight for money, beer. My life was not happy. I hear a lot of things start talking in my ear. to take my life. You know, just telling me this last night. Then I was sleeping with my son, and my son wake up. Before I get out the door, my son was called, "Daddy, where are you going?" It's the midnight, and God was stopped me. The second time I was going to do it again. What made it work was just invite me to come to the man up. The first day I step in the man up, they start talking to me and share with me the good life is supposed to. After that, they invite me for a prayer and they work for me straight away. I received Christ the same day in my life, and everything, the heaviness was gone straight away. Now I come to man up, everything is gone away from me. I feel peace here, and I'm happy every day. My wife is happy, no anger, and everything is gone for me. I'm totally a new man, and I really love man up. It's changing me. Every day I walk with God every day, and He's strengthening me. And I always seeking to Him, and I wanted to reach up to my country back in the island, or all the Polynesian, start up the man up Tonga. And he's so cool and awesome. Love the man up, who's changed me from the past to a new person.
Well, that video was very impactful, and that was one of the men that is a part of the Man Up program. So guys, you know, suicide. Last part of our segment, we want to address suicide, you know, depression, and we really touched on it when we talked about, you know, the gaps and the problems in the childhood,
Yes.
particularly around the father-son, or the father validating the children, or the son. And now we see Sonali, you know, expressing that, you know, with the split of his parents, and just the trauma that he had to go through. Sometimes parents or adults don't understand the actual damage that happens to children until you know, later on. So, you know, tonight, you know, I just want to ask you, Kai, you know, it's wonderful because you actually mentored Sonali, the gentleman on that video. Just tell us a little bit about that experience of working through those issues that he had in terms of depression and to where he is today.
Yeah, well, amazing privilege. I guess we saw the video there, but I guess tracing back to where it first started, we're standing in the car park with all our men getting ready for Man Up, and this man, Old Street man, walks in, dressed in blue, and just asks the question, "Is this Man Up?" And we're like, yeah, we're wondering who this guy was. But you could see from that point, say that he had a lot going on. But I guess the question was, the conviction for him was, I want to change. And that same night, you know, by the end of our session that night, he was confessing all this heavy stuff that obviously the video displays around suicide, around his life of the gangs, etc., etc. But to see where he is now, 7 months down the track, the journey's been the journey. There's been a lot of open ups. There's been a lot of challenges that he's had to face. But I would say for this man, his overcoming was forgiving. He really did forgive a lot of the past, a lot of the men. Because one thing that struck me was when he said to me, "I can't sleep until I hurt that man, because he hurt me." And I was like, wow. But to see him now freely forgiven, move on with his life, he's doing wonderful things. He runs one of our Man Ups. He said to me, "My mana and my life is now on the line for this," because it changed his life. Now he's telling me, "I want to take Man Up back to Tonga."
Wow.
You know, he runs Man Up Tonga now. He's birthing out a second one. He's got his family all back to his family's well represented in Mangere. He's an amazing man, and it's been a blessing to see that video come into fruition, that you can overcome.
That's fantastic. I mean, just back to our audience, if you do have questions that you'd like to put to the panel tonight, you still have an opportunity to do that. Just post on the live feed those questions. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah. So, you know, Sonny, in Man Up we have a solution. I mean, the government, their programs, they work for some people, they save some people, but generally they're not working. Okay, there's still floods of people, our people committing suicide, from the young to the middle-aged. And so, you know, as Man Up, we've got to be able to have something as a solution. We do have a solution. We do have something that we have initiated called Ironman.
That's right.
There's a great saying that says this: as iron sharpens iron, so another man sharpens the countenance of his friend. And that's what you were talking about here. You know, it's a giveaway, isn't it? You know, that the countenance, the look, and just the reflection of a man's face gives his whole life away of where the state of his mind is at, where his soul's at.
Yes.
And I think, you know, just challenging this day and age, we're very busy, we're on the move, no one's ever stopping to talk anymore. You know, I mean, we're on Facebook Live tonight, but, you know, sometimes, you know, we need to really take time to actually talk to people. Old-fashioned, call it. But we've got this initiative. I want to launch it out here tonight, and this is actually a challenge. It's called the Ironman Challenge. What this is, Ironman is nominating somebody in your life. I'll use Sonny as an example. Sonny, you're my Ironman. And what that means, brother, is that I've got access to you. Number one, I've got access to you. 20%. I know I can come to you and talk to you about anything at all. The shameful stuff, the mistakes I make, just everything that I get myself into a rut and can't get myself out. I know you won't judge me. You'll lift me. I've got access to you. I can text you, message you, call around your house, knock on the door, and you'll open the door and receive me.
Yes.
The second part of the Ironman, though, is when I isolate. When I decide that I've had enough and I don't want to talk to nobody, and I start showing those signs that I'm just not interested in life anymore, life doesn't matter anymore, I know you would come looking for me, right?
Exactly right.
You'd get on a plane, if you were living in Brisbane, you'd come down to Manukau and you'd hunt me down, right?
Boot the door down.
You'd boot the door down, right? So access and accountability, I nominate you, Sonny, as my Ironman. Because what that's saying is that in my vulnerability, you are available. There's availability with my vulnerability. And I think we need to start to nominate our Ironman. Chloe, nominating your Ironman. Audience, nominating your Ironman. And this is the Ironman Challenge. Maybe you've got to ring somebody tonight and just let them know you're my Ironman.
That's good.
And the 0800 number is something that you could take advantage of tonight. 0800, one man up, give us a call. We've got people that are taking the line right now. If you need any help or support, or you want to get connected to a man up group nearest to you, we can help you with that.
That's so good. Can I just say, you know, this is a reality of a man's life, is that you're going to have some low times. You're going to have some times where you feel like no one's with you. And you know, I can speak from experience with the Ironman Challenge. I know a good brother of mine that I've known for close to 20 years. And going through life, you know, had some bad times. And I remember a time where pretty much, I don't know if other men can agree with me on this one, but when you get to that low point, it's like, I don't care. I don't actually care about that. You know, family, you get so bad. But I remember this man, actually, he came through a side door, if you like. He asked my wife, what's wrong with your husband? She said, I don't know. So he came around and he hit me up face to face and said, you're out of line. And he told me to get in line, you know. And the greatest respect I have for this man to this day. And so I've got a real life Iron Man. And I think that made the whole difference to where I am now, whereas I could have been somewhere in a dark place if it wasn't for that Iron Man. So,
well, it's true, isn't it? It's true. They always say, how many really close, honest friends can you count on one hand? Hey? I mean, we'd be struggling right now to say, well, 1, 2, 3, you know, and that doesn't need to be the case. Maybe it's just that one person in your life that you can call Iron Man, Iron Lady. Yes. Nevertheless, it's that person that you know you can rely on.
Yes.
It's that support. It's that accountability. It's that alignment sometimes, because we do get the speed wobbles in life, don't we?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Anything else to add to that, Koiwi?
Well, with the programs open up, and I guess what we've achieved tonight is giving a forum for men not only to watch, but these man ups in 75 locations in Auckland, and I believe, you know, that's the first port of call for any man that's struggling right now. Even our 800 numbers is a key tonight, because understanding right now in society the suicide rate is at a peak, especially here in New Zealand. Yes. So I guess for us it's just providing another forum for men to real talk, hear another brother like this, you know. Even if you need help tonight, phone calls here, but there are 75 locations in Auckland that you can attend to.
That's good.
So 0801 man up to Tangata, that is us.
That's right. That's right. And if you're living outside of Auckland, we've got New Zealand covered. Brisbane, Australia, Gold Coast, Perth, Australia, and hopefully the world will keep rolling on.
That's it.
Tell you what, we're going to Q&A right now and just check out this message.
Awesome.
Great.
Coming to Man Up, I've learned how to be a father, and learned how to be a family man. I've learned how to take responsibility, to own up for what I do.
Man Up's done a lot for me. I'm happily married. I never hurt my wife again. The relationship I've had with my wife, now it's beautiful.
I'm now drug and alcohol free. And out of the 6 children, I have 3 children that's come back.
violent free. I'm happily married.
Everything is gone for me. I'm totally a new man, and I really love Man Up. It's changing me.
I'm a lot happier with my life. I actually love myself so that I can love others, especially my family.
Clean off crime, start on a new life, coming to church, praying, slaying. That's my life now, is just help out our community.
Man up to Tangata. There's actually a brotherhood here for you. If you're struggling out there, we're here to help you.
Well, welcome back again, and we're at the last segment of tonight's Open Up Bro series. And listen, tonight you've actually fired through some questions, so we're really grateful that we've received some feedback. And with our panelists here tonight, I'm going to put these questions to them. I might even answer some myself. First question is here. It says here, can Man Up support or help with the court sentence and conditions, Chloe?
Well, most definitely, we've got men currently in the court system right now. You know, you may have seen them at the Manukau courts, but they're just waltzing around and providing support. And I know they were approached recently around the whole, I guess, unorthodox approach, because these are men that have lived experience but wanted to help men that are in the system, wanted to walk them out of the system. And those are men that have been there and done that. So yes, we definitely do. 0800 1 Man Up.
Thank you, Chloe. Next question, Sonny, I'm going to put to you. What makes this program different from current programs available for men?
Man, I think, just reflecting on one thing Chloe said, I think it's the genuineness, It's the genuine aroha and the authenticity that we have as men. I think the other part that men really love is the brotherhood. And we're talking about the Ironman challenge, we're talking about, that accountability, accessibility to each other. But when you know that there's a brother there that can help you through your struggles, I think that is a huge positive. And it has been actually lived and outworked in Man Up. I see it with my own eyes, week to week, day to day. It's real and it's authentic.
I want to jump in there too. The difference also is, we can talk about the outcomes, drug and alcohol, but these are deeper root there why we do those kind of things. And, we can suppress the issue all we want until you talk about it, until you start to address it, instead of running away from it. There is the breakthrough. So I believe it's real. It's not qualifications or study how to get through it. We've gone through it, we've walked through it, and we can show you the way. So I believe that's the difference.
Awesome.
Well, this question here, Sonny, if you don't mind asking me, because I can answer that one.
Number one, is Man Up partnering with police in any way?
Well, that's current affairs, because this morning on Wātia AM station, myself and Senior Sergeant Todd, we met with the host there, and what that was about was the police from the North Shore have engaged us, Man Up that is, to ask on how we can actually work together. Yes. The police management have now been challenged to think outside the square. Yes. Hey, I think we're outside the square. Yep, we're outside the square when it comes to programs on the market at the moment, and we specialise obviously with Man Up, working with men, raising fathers to save our children. So this police person took a risk in obviously engaging with Man Up, because we're not government funded, we're not court approved, but I guess when you're desperate, you've got to start looking, and that's what he was. And so at the end of the day, him and I, we met last week. One of the outcomes was yesterday at Mount Eden Prison. The police's officials said, look, we'll give you the 2 hard basket gentlemen in the Mount Eden Prison, and let's see what yourself and the Man Up can do. So without further ado, we just took it cold. Met the guy in the interview room. He sat there and we sat there, and I said to the police, I said, he's going to catch our heart. Don't give him head knowledge and all this program stuff. Tell him about what we want to offer him by our heart. And this was a high risk offender. Within 30 seconds, he was one for Man Up. He put his hand out across and said, I want it. The key motivation for this man, and it's a key motivation for a lot of men, is their children. A man that's in prison is losing time every hour away from his family. Man Up is a fit for that, because we help restore the man. We help the man discover the father, the husband. We help men understand and graduate and promote themselves into these places where they want to be. So, thank you for the questions tonight.
Yes.
And what we're going to do now is we're going to wrap up for our first series. So look, guys, a massive high five, bro. Thank you for as I say, thank you for opening up, bros.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And
Yeah,
we
pleasure.
appreciate your input, and we look forward to our next series. And in fact, next week we're going to be opening up around the cycles, breaking the cycles around addictions, around domestic violence, and around depression. Going to have guys that have obviously been victims in their childhood, perpetrators in their adulthood, but overcomers now in their pursuit of being a strong father, a strong man through the man up. So we're going to hear from them next week. It's factual, as I say, it's real stories, real issues, and having that real talk. Appreciate your time that you've had tonight. Please continue to like, share the opportunities of Open Up Bro to our whānau. It's really important that we get these messages to them to help strengthen them as well. So on behalf of the panel,
Awesome.
as we say, Open Up Bro.
Open up, bro.
Kia ora.
Tangata.